Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't been on YouTube for
how
like
long?
10 years now. But yeah, so I'm wiping off the dust off my YouTube channel with this sit down video. If you were one of my first subscribers,
Me.
you remember. Oh, you remember Nigel? Yeah. So for those of you who have been following me on Instagram, us on Instagram, we recently completed the 75 hard
Woo.
challenge. Yay!
Confetti here.
And so we decided, we got so many questions during and after the challenge, and so we decided to sit down and answer these questions that we have received. So welcome to this video.
Welcome. And for those of you who know me from a different podcast,
Okay.
I am not abandoning my other podcast.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we're just gonna get into the questions.
Mhm.
So the first questions we're gonna do is just generally about the challenge. So I think we can just start.
Yeah.
So the first question is definitely, and it's actually one of the most asked questions, like what 75 had. It's day 73, but someone is still asking what 75
I think those are people who are not paying attention.
Yeah, or
who are
maybe
just
it's a
scrolling.
new
Yeah,
follower.
yeah.
So do you want to explain what the
Okay.
challenge is?
So 75 hard is basically a challenge to just test your discipline. It was created by a guy called Andy Frisella. He's a CEO. He owns a supplement company called Fast Form. So basically, the challenge entails a couple of things. The first one, which was the hardest for me, even preempting other questions, you have to read a book, a self-help book, 10 pages a day.
Or non-fiction.
Non-fiction, yeah. 10 pages a day. You have to drink a gallon of water every day. That's like 4 liters. You have to work out twice every day. 2 45-minute workouts. Then no alcohol. You have to follow a diet. It doesn't have to be clean. Whichever diet, you need to follow a diet. And
take a progress pic.
Oh yeah. The one you're not doing. You have to take a progress pic every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
So that's basically what the challenge
entails.
is in a nutshell. I know there are many people, definitely the most visible, and we'll talk about that later, is like weight loss, but it's basically discipline based more than it is just losing weight. So
that's like a plus.
Yeah, it is a plus.
Losing weight and getting in shape.
How did we structure our workouts and diets? Yeah, so I'm putting those two questions together. So should I start?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically for 75 hard, you need to do 2 workouts a day, which are 45 minutes each. And one of them has to be outdoor, by the way.
No, it does not.
That's actually part of the challenge. So you need to start again.
So I didn't finish.
He didn't do. So yeah.
I was doing the 2 workouts, but I wasn't doing outdoor. I was doing both of them in the gym.
Yeah. So that's how he structured his workouts. I think it's harder to structure those workouts when you have a 9 to 5.
Oh yeah.
Or like a very involving job.
Yeah.
So I would say for me, before we started 75 hard, I was already going to the gym for an hour a day, or like over an hour. So what I decided to do is just add a 30-minute walk before I go to the gym, because I did the outdoor workouts. And so yeah, so I used to do a 30-minute walk in the morning or whatever time of the day, and then I also found it important to space out the workouts so that it doesn't feel like it's one big workout. But there are some days though that we combine the workouts if the day was busy, or so we'd
and that's the thing about the challenge. You don't have to be pedantic and follow it to the T, as long as you're doing vocabulary. No, as long as you're doing the like in
An hour
general.
30.
Yeah, an hour 30 minutes
Yeah.
of the workout.
Yeah.
For me, I'd do 2 workouts. Wake up in the morning, do my cardio, then go to work, go to the gym in the evening,
Yeah.
and still do cardio. So I was in the gym for like almost 3 hours if you
Yeah, you're
combine.
just working out the
Because it
whole
was fun.
day.
I actually really enjoyed it, and
Uh,
it brought back my discipline.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I can also say that the other day we did a video roasting each other, and I mentioned that Nigel didn't learn any skills during
What do
75
you mean?
hard, and I learned
What
how
skill
to
did you
play
learn?
tennis because I was working out outdoor. Because I was working out outdoors. So like there was days I signed up to play tennis. So I'd go play tennis, and then before then I'd do 30 minutes of cardio, which is like my indoor workout, and then I'd do an hour of tennis, which was my outdoor workout.
So that's a skill.
Yeah.
I feel like I can play tennis right now.
Okay.
Without,
But I
without
learned I can play tennis better than you because I learned how to play tennis during
Okay,
75
we'll see.
hard. Okay, next. This is the most asked question. I think because of the curiosity around weight loss, there's a lot of people who are asking about the diet that we followed and whether there was carbs involved, whether there were cheat meals. Although it's a diet with no cheating,
Yeah.
unless you eat a burger every day and you make sure to the end of
You're
75
eating a
hard,
burger every day.
you eat a burger. So, do you want to talk about your diet?
Yeah. I think for me, the way I approached 75 hard was a bit different from you, of
Yeah,
course.
definitely.
Yeah, because I've done this before, not the challenge, but I've dieted before. So I wanted to really like go hard when it comes to dieting. So I went keto for I wasn't doing carbs. Well, I was doing carbs, but trace carbs. So trace carbs basically means you're eating less than 50 grams of carbs in a day. So that's what I was doing. So the rest of the meals I'd have heavy protein meals. I wasn't eating
Tomato
fruits.
sauce.
I wasn't eating sauces. No fruits, no sauces. I was eating vegetables, avocados. Yeah, that's
But that's not how we
basically.
started though.
Oh yeah, it's of course
At the
it's.
beginning, we started with like rice meals.
Mm.
I think
No,
I
but
ate more
I feel
carbs
like I
than
ate
you.
carbs for like a week,
Yeah.
then stopped.
I'd say like, yeah, just a
Yeah.
week. So when we started, I feel like starting the challenge is so weird because everything feels like a cheat meal. Even ukishiba, you feel like you've cheated, and that time you've eaten healthy. So I'd
Especially,
say the
continue, sorry.
potatoes.
Yeah. So potatoes, people usually look at potatoes and think they're very unhealthy, but
Yeah.
they're not. Potatoes are very filling, and for you to get a lot of calories from potatoes, you have to eat a ton of volume.
Yeah.
If you take potatoes and measure them out, like a kg of potatoes is like only 600 calories, if I'm not wrong.
And you can't eat a kg
And you
of
can't eat a
potatoes.
kg of potatoes.
Yeah, it's the frying, the
Yeah.
deep
So
frying when you're having
we're
chips.
cooking them in the air
In the air
fryer.
fryer. Remember the burgers? I think it was the first Sunday of 75 hard.
When you got
I
there.
made like naked burgers with like
They were
lettuce.
so bad, let me tell you
and
right
pickles.
now.
They were not
They
bad.
were
You
so
didn't
bad.
have
'Cause
tomato
I didn't have sauce. Yeah.
Me, I enjoyed. So they had like we had like lettuce, the burger, and then we had potatoes. I remember going to bed that day and I was just like, Omushi, you've told the whole internet you're doing 75
That was
hard.
not
If you eat
75
like
hard.
that was a cheat meal.
Yeah.
But really wasn't such a cheat meal. Along the way, I also stopped eating carbs because I was feeling like too full, and also like because you're always working out, so you also need to feel like lighter. And I also found myself waking up with hunger pangs if I have carbs the night before. And I'd say we always get like every single day we get questions about nutrition, and it's like I think okay, Nigel knows better, thank God. Because I feel a bit green now. At least I think I know, and it's also good to like learn your body before
exactly.
you just subject yourself to any kind of diet, because there are sometimes like in the middle maybe like I'm on my period, I'm craving, and I used to just feel like this is feeling really hard. I wasn't going to kill myself with just protein and veg. I would make rice and I wouldn't feel bad about it. I'd have rice. These days the caffeine would mess up your stomach and your harangue the whole day. And then, oh yeah, that's also something else we need to talk about,
What?
the caffeine, but
Oh
we'll get to
yeah.
that. And so, yeah, so that was basically how the diets were structured.
And I think, disclaimer, carbs are not bad for you.
Yeah.
In fact, if anything, you need carbs. Through the challenge, I kept telling Wams that, especially for someone who's never dieted as hard, you need the
You
carbs
need
to
the
fuel
carbs,
you.
yeah.
For me, I think, I like suffering. I like
Yeah.
the hardness of it. Also, caffeine helped a lot.
Yeah.
So I didn't struggle with the cravings and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do need carbs. Don't cut out. And it's a very subjective endeavor. Don't copy someone just because you've seen on the internet someone
Is not. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could honestly need the carbs. You'll
Yeah.
faint, and you're not going to gain weight by just
Yeah.
having a few grams of rice.
Yeah.
And so another thing I was gonna say, like, even in the suffering and enjoying the diets, Nigel would always send me like 5 TikToks of Cinnabon.
That was the best
of a
part.
restaurant when he says he likes suffering, he really likes suffering because it'd be a restaurant in the UK, in New York, they're eating with chips,
Yeah.
and I'm just like every day. And it got to a point, and also breakfast. I'd have to say breakfast was the most consistent meal. When I started, I was not having carbs, but I was having one
Weetabix.
biscuit of Weetabix with like almond milk and blueberries. And then it got to a point towards the end, it wasn't serving me. And then Nigel would eat 8 eggs
8 to
in
10.
the morning, 8 to 10, but with only 1 yolk.
Well,
So
by the end, I'd gotten to a point I was even removing it.
all the yolk.
Yeah.
Guys.
It was just messed up. I think for me, it got to a point where I wanted to see the progress quick. Like, I wasn't patient enough.
Yeah.
And that's why, I wasn't patient enough. So I was like, okay, let me go as hard as I can on this. Some days I'd really suffer in the gym and struggle. So we became caffeine addicts because of that.
Oh, yeah. So let's just briefly, before we go to the next question. So I feel like I'd say like 40% of the challenge when it comes to working out, I heavily attribute it to caffeine.
40, me like 70, honestly.
Okay, yeah, 40.
Yeah.
I don't think this challenge would have been doable for us if we didn't have very high levels of caffeine. This feels like drugs.
But it's not. But
do drugs. But honestly, I don't think I would have made it. And not just coffee. Like we were taking pre-workout.
What's that? There's this. It's like I wouldn't call it a fat loss pill. Okay. But it's called Lipo6.
Yeah.
Completely legal. It's not illegal. Yeah.
And also do your research.
Yeah.
Also.
It's
and
a
don't
supplement.
Just take. Yeah.
It's just caffeine-filled tablet. Not tablet.
Yeah. Capsule. Yeah.
So you pop one in the morning, and it
pop one
wakes you the hell up.
That thing would, and the thing is, you can't take it without working out because you could literally lose your mind inside the house. There's times you feel like you take it too early and you need to go to the gym and just run. Like you want to run to the gym. It's actually not, the levels of caffeine are really high, but is it really like, would you say like it's significantly fat loss? Like
no. Yeah. Okay, let me tell you. So there are studies that prove that caffeine boosts your metabolism. Your metabolism boosted helps in fat loss. Yeah. So that's why they call it a fat loss pill.
So it's not
It's not that it directly targets your muscle. There's nothing your fat and.
I remember people asking questions can I buy this and just sit?
Well,
don't do it.
You can, but your anxiety.
No, you'll be too anxious. So caffeine really helped because there are days we'd wake up and we look at each other, we're about to start crying. Literally, like we need to sleep. Anyway.
And pre-workout also.
Pre-workout, the powder. Somewhere along the way, at the beginning, Nigel was like, no processed foods. We can't have processed food. Then somewhere along the way, he was drinking Red Bull and me, I was just there going for Walker Town with pre-workout. He was refusing us to drink Red Bull. Anywho, so I think that's generally. So the next question is to do with our expectations. So I think I'll just join them together. your expectations before starting the challenge, and whether it surprised you positively or negatively, and how it shifted your mindset.
You want to start?
So, no, you go.
Okay. Like I said, when I started the challenge, I didn't have as many expectations, honestly. But when the suffering got, like, I think when I got to like day 10, 11, I was like, okay, I want to do this and do it and go hard. So
Yeah.
my expectations were, for me, one of the reasons I decided to do this challenge was because I dieted before, and lost a whole lot of weight. I think you can post the picture here.
Yeah, the before and after.
How I used
Whoa.
to look. Then I did that in 2017. I think I lost like 40 kilos. I was really heavy. I lost like 40 kilos. Then I became, I got too comfortable and forgot the whole point of it all. So I became comfortable and I was walking around. I think before we started the challenge, I was like 112 kilos, but in December I was like 123. So I was just like, okay, yeah. And when I lost weight the first time, the 40 kilos, I finally had abs, and I was like, okay, I haven't had abs in like 2 years.
Yeah.
let me do this challenge and try to get them. So yeah, that was my expectations. I expected to lose all that body fat in the 75 days. Yeah, and get back that body. But in all honesty, you can't do that in that's such a short time.
Yeah.
75 days is not enough. That's why I've chosen to continue till
Okay.
December. But
Okay.
did any parts of 75 hard surprise you? Yes. I think the reading, it made me hate reading even more.
What?
Honestly.
I thought you were gonna say that.
Honestly, because I feel like reading
dead.
is the one part of 75 hard that I didn't give enough.
But because of work, though, if you
Because of
are
work,
if you are freer,
yeah, definitely. But I felt like I was just doing it as a ticker box.
yeah.
But the last book I read was really nice.
Yeah. Did you
Called
finish
Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell.
Okay.
I finished 2 books.
Sure.
A big one and a small.
Okay.
You?
What were my
Expectations?
expectations? I didn't have expectations at all.
What do you
First,
mean?
because let me tell you, the reason I didn't take progress pictures every single day is because I didn't expect to finish, to be honest.
Are you serious?
I didn't expect to finish at all. I did not expect to finish. So I was just like, Asha sasa when I figure this photo, like it could be my last one. So that's what I was avoiding. I didn't have expectations because I didn't know. Like that's why I used to tell you, I used to be so emotional. I'm just like, do you ever just feel like, thank you God, like I worked out today? Because I was waiting for the day that my body is like, today we're not working out.
At what point did you get to? At what day were you just like, oh, I might actually finish this thing?
Maybe like day 60 something.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I was quiet. I never used to talk about, like, you see how you say like day 30 to 40 was like was the hardest part. I felt like I was on autopilot because if I told myself it was the hardest, I definitely would not have finished. Because for me, if something is hard, I'll just not finish. And I won't care. Like I wouldn't feel like, oh my God, I just won't finish.
But I changed my mind. The hardest days were from day 70 to 75.
Walai.
What?
Those were the hardest days.
You can see the finish line.
But you're crawling.
You're struggling. Kwanza then, the food now.
Yeah, the food. It was because it was getting so close. And then it's in
Yeah.
front of you and you're just like, and then,
Yeah.
So I'd say I didn't have any expectations. Did anything surprise you? Yeah, I was surprised that I finished. And I was also surprised that I wouldn't say the reading, because for me reading was pretty easy because my job is like work from home and I have like a lot of time on my hands. Yeah, I would say I didn't expect to lose as much weight.
Oh.
Like, you remember how at the beginning I was just like, me, if I lose 4, I'll just say thank God. I'll just be happy.
No, actually same. Even me, I didn't expect to lose all that weight.
Actually, we should say how much weight we lost.
Okay,
so
start.
I lost 12 kgs during the challenge. Yay! And Nigel, 40.
17.
Yeah, Nigel lost 17 kgs. I think men's bodies are different
No,
than
no, 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 no. Please,
women's.
please, please, please. No, it's cause I think it's also cause, like I said, me, I did a lot of unnecessary suffering. Yeah.
But it paid off anyway. Yeah, so I didn't expect to lose as much weight. I was like, yeah, I can understand that, especially because this year I felt like every year I'd find myself losing at least like 10 kgs since like maybe 2022. But then this year it was like, when did we start? August.
August,
And I
yeah.
hadn't lost anything. And I was
Are you
just like,
serious?
yeah, I hadn't. Like I had lost, but the ones that lost are the ones that I'd gained before, not the ones from last year. So I was like, well, we're just gonna close the year. Remember, there was a point I was so depressed, like in July, and I was just like, I'm not doing, and we're doing like keto. I was like, I'm not doing keto. I'm not going to the gym. I was not even going to pay for the gym. So I was pleasantly surprised by the weight loss. So skills, we've talked about skills.
Yeah.
You have no answer.
How did you picture the end of 75 days versus what it actually felt like?
I thought the whole world would throw a party.
Bruh, it was so
It was so
anticlimactic.
anticlimactic. We just woke
I
up
finished
like,
on a Friday. You
yeah.
finished on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I finished. The first meal I ate was chapo and soda. Chapo
Yeah,
and
that was
Fanta.
a bit off
Which
key.
actually, I got we had a boys meet with my friends, and I just
By 12,
I
by
looked
midnight.
at the watch and I was like, oh, it's midnight. That means 75 hours is over.
Is over.
And that was the only available food. So I was just like, let me
And he
eat.
ate a
And I
chapati.
ate a chapati
I woke up
and
the next day. I was like,
soda.
chapati and Fanta. You must be sick.
And chips and egg.
Yeah. I think I broke mine with cereal. The next
Oh
day
yeah,
when
when
we
we're
did
doing
the
the
20K.
20K
Yeah,
challenge.
but it was just so anticlimactic. And then also nobody tells you about the fear you have to even eat a gram of sugar because you feel like the 12 kgs I can that day we're eating, I'm eating one bite, I'm like 1 kg. The next bite, another kg. It's so scary because you feel like you're undoing all the progress.
And my mom, when my mom saw, we did after we both finished, we did a 20K calorie challenge eating video. My mom saw that video and she was like, won't you gain back all the weight you've lost? I'm like,
for real?
Yeah. And I was like, you can't gain all that weight in one day.
In one day. Also, yeah, that's also something that
but crazy
I feel
thing is I gained 5, you know.
No, but Nigel, because your metabolism is like
radical.
radical.
But that like I usually tell you, so that 5 kilos wasn't
a real weight.
It's usually water weight. And people look at the scale and they get scared.
Yeah.
The 5 kilos are gone now.
Yeah.
So I gained it all, continued with the diet, went to the gym, and it's gone.
It's gone, yeah. So sometimes also the scale is not always everything to go by.
Sometimes you might eat a lot of sodium, your body holds on to
water,
and sugar and glycogen and everything. So
yeah. Okay, so I'm skipping. Are there things you wish you knew before starting 75 Hard?
You go. I'm sure you've thought of something.
Are there things I wish I knew?
Before you started.
Oh yeah, I wish I knew that you won't die if you don't take a rest day. Remember how I'm so rest day from the gym. Like I'm so strict. Like Wednesday, I am not going to the gym.
Oh.
Like I usually do just like I used to rest on Wednesdays and Saturday and Sunday. So I'd go Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. But I used to feel like if I go to the gym on Wednesday and do like 5 out of 5, or like those days I do like 4 in a row, I'm like, gosh, I need a massage or something. Like it's you like I wish you like I knew that you can actually push your body as
I
much.
wish I knew that you can do other forms of activity than gym.
And which one did you do?
Sea walking at Jaffrey's.
Oh.
I always thought that anything to do with getting your body to a certain way, a certain
has
look,
to be the
gym. So I picked up. I love walking. I think that's the one thing I've left 75 Hard with that I actually enjoy. I enjoy walking so much.
Yeah. Physical goals. Did you have any physical goals? We're just surprised with. Or you had goals? Like, did you know?
Did I know?
Like, I must lose this
Wait,
amount.
no. Me, my goal has never been. I don't even care about the scale. Me, I care about the look.
Mm,
Yeah. At least I
okay.
got some abs.
All right. Did either of you accidentally forget one of the daily tasks? That's a very good question. Over to you, Nigel. Tell
Need to
us.
be honest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. So, in all honesty, 75 hard. It's called hard for a reason because you can't do everything. It gets to a point actually.
Yeah.
You become so robotic. You might actually forget something. So me, like I said, the reading.
The reading.
I think I didn't read for like like 7 days.
You need to start again.
No, but see, I finished the book.
No, you need to start.
She read 2 books.
But then, let me
Small
tell you.
books.
No, I didn't
2
read
small books. Me, I read
books.
2 books, a big one that had like 300 pages. I think that's
At
what
the beginning we were doing so
that's
well
what killed
with
me.
the
That book is what killed me.
the small book.
No, the big one. It
Oh,
was-
okay, yeah. He started with a really
Yeah, so 10 pages of
inspiring.
that book is like 50 of the small one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was.
I read very easy and I'd say they were very well written.
Tell us the
I read
titles.
Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell.
Another
and
one?
then I read The Greatness Guide Part 1.
Which is a book of
by
quotes.
Robin Sharma. It's
A book
not
of quotes.
No,
Tell us one quote from that book.
Spend time with your kids. There was one that said spend time with your kids.
Uh-huh.
Don't
Yeah.
but that book was really nice. It's a very easy read. It's easily
Yeah.
digestible. The chapters are pretty short. So it's not quotes, but it's such a good book. I
Don't
highly
read that
recommend.
book.
Which books did you read, Nigel?
I
Daily
read
Nation.
I read Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, and I also read the 10 Habits of Highly Effective People.
7. Was it 7
Oh,
habits? 7 habits.
Oh shit!
Name one.
Name one.
Habit. Yeah.
Think win-win.
Think win-win.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
I know all of them actually. 7 habits, not 10. Wait. Diet brain. I'm still dieting.
Diet brain.
Sorry.
Okay.
But it's a good book. It's very. Yeah, you need to be present. I'd read it again when I'm not dieting so that I absorb the information better. But I feel like it also helped.
Did you develop any funny routines or quirks while sticking to the challenge?
Funny routines or quirks? Did you?
Funny? No, I don't think. Funny, like just.
Like out of the ordinary.
I think I was just doing a lot of experimenting, trying to just like remember my muffins. I made some muffins. That was like day 7. I think I was already frustrated by how redundant the breakfast was.
That was the worst. I think
you didn't even taste them.
No, I saw it.
Anyway, so because I used to eat eggs and Weetabix and blueberries, I mixed them all together to make muffins in the air fryer, and they were so disgusting. Oh my god! But I was frustrated. I think I was really frustrated at that time because I couldn't imagine eating the same thing for breakfast every single day. Also, we had a lot of protein bars. We experimented a lot in like.
I think that's another savior of the.
Yeah, it was a diet hack.
It was a diet hack, and I regret this one. I'll always keep saying I regret telling you about those protein bars.
Oh yeah, because now they're
sold out. Because right now they're sold out everywhere. You guys are buying them.
Everyone is buying them.
You can't find the ones you like.
I even went to Health You the other day and I found some hidden like in a box that wasn't for protein bars. I think somebody had hidden them to come and buy them, but it's okay.
Yeah, but it's a good.
Yeah, it's a good diet hack. So you feel at that point you feel like you're having candy, and especially because you can't remember how candy really tastes.
Buds are shut.
Yeah, you feel like wow. I remember the first time I had a protein bar, I was like, Nigel, we can't be having this. This is so wrong. It was so wrong, but really the sugar is really low in the protein bars. So yeah, so the challenges that we went through, what do you think was the toughest part of the challenge for each of you? You said reading.
I said reading, yeah. You?
Me. I would just say I would say not even the act of working out, but I just hated having to leave the house every day. Like that for me was just like so irritating. Like I love like a good maybe like
Bullying.
27-hour rot where like that's not even 27 hours, that's like 36 hours. No, how many is 1.5 days? Yeah, 36 hours. Like going to bed in the evening and then sleeping and then waking up the next day, staying in the house the whole day, and then usiku sleeping and then leaving the house the next morning. I love that. So I hate the fact that I have to leave the house every day. For me, sometimes that would really like piss me off. Of course, after having pre-workout, you're in the gym and you're like, wow, I love everyone. But then I hated leaving the house. That for me was the hardest part, honestly.
Me leaving the house on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah? Me, I like leaving the house on a Sunday.
But Sunday, I feel like weekends were easier and better because we used to do
them
together. So we go for swimming, go for a walk,
but
go
now
to
you go
the
for
gym.
swimming, then you go home, you have to eat gizzard
Wow,
because you can't eat McFries or you can't eat KFC.
I think it got to a point where the swims were so hard.
Yeah.
Like my body recovering from the swim was just...
And so how did you mentally prepare? That's the next question. How did you mentally overcome the toughest days?
I did not overcome them mentally.
Yeah.
I overcame them
with caffeine.
That's and protein bars.
Yeah. For me, I wouldn't even say protein bars. Literally, I'd crawl to the kitchen and just have a lipo 6, then start the day. That's how bad it was. Like I even feel wrong saying this. I feel so dependent. But
I'm dependent on protein bars because when we started the challenge, I used to have only one a day, like a treat.
Oh.
Now I have 2.
Remember how you used to say?
I'm borderline jumping into 3, having 3.
For real?
It's just because I'm like, okay, what's the worst thing in this protein bar? The fat.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's high. I'm already eating low carb, so it's fine.
I remember the first time we bought those protein bars at Carrefour, and I was like, Nigel, are you sure we can have this? And you're like, yes, but we can only have one on Friday and Sunday. And I was like, yes, boss. Then next thing you know, every day there's a protein bar in the
reason that happened is because I feel like those first days I used to struggle, like coming from the gym. Those are, by then I hadn't even started doing, when I started doing cardio after my workout. So I'd do the morning cardio, do my workout, then do cardio again. I used to be dead after the workout. So my gym, shout out to Advanced Fitness. They have on the mezzanine floor, there's a supplement store. So they're the ones who sell this protein bars. They used to, now they're out of stock. You guys, please.
Yeah.
Even them, they don't have, because people are finished. So anyway, I started going there every day. And them, they used to sell them. They were so cheap.
Even remember the cake flavor was so good. Yeah.
When's the last time we had that?
Now they're all sold out.
I don't even... Is that healthy? You in Kisumu? Fly down and buy.
Okay, how did you feel after pushing through those hard moments? And are there moments that you surprised yourself?
Yeah. Moments when I'd be at your house and I am tired and the alarm would go off, which meant you're supposed to wake up and do cardio. And I'd just tell you, I'm not going. I am not going. And you'd be like, let's just go. And you're the one who would actually be like, you're the one motivating me. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I was just like, after those, when I come back to the house.
How do you feel after?
Amazing. I was just like, wow. And I feel like 75 hard generally was easier because we did it together.
Yeah, that's actually another question that I got. But sometimes when people usually ask, would you have done it without a partner? Would you? And I'm just like,
I feel
no, but okay.
I'd have done it, but I'd have disregarded some parts of it. If I didn't do it with you, I'd have cut the reading at day 30. I'd have, what else would I have removed?
Not day 30. What did the books do to you? It's that first book. You should have started with Outliers also.
No, it's also because I don't know.
Because you
I looked at reading,
work.
Yeah, because of work. Yeah, and that's my TikTok time.
Fair, which is fair also. You'd have read
I wouldn't have done everything in the challenge. I'd have done the diet and gym part, but the rest. You know, another one we're not talking about, which was so easy.
Progress pics.
No, alcohol.
Oh, guy!
We didn't even mention that.
Oh yeah, did you? You
No,
did
I
though. You
didn't.
did when you were.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I
But
didn't.
like in passing,
I
like
did not.
you
Uh-uh.
didn't. Oh
I
my
didn't say no
god.
alcohol. That's
Oh yeah,
another.
you
Yeah,
did.
no alcohol.
Oh yeah, no alcohol in
Yeah,
the
I
challenge.
haven't forgotten.
How did you find
I
that?
think that was the easiest.
Eh?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when I'm around my friends, I just tell them I'm not drinking because I'm doing the challenge.
Yeah. Me, I hadn't been drinking anyway.
Yeah.
So like I drank just before 75 hard on my
same.
birthday.
On your birthday.
But before then, I only drank once when I traveled, and then before then, I had only drank in Feb.
I was
So
drinking
him was
every
drinking
weekend.
every weekend.
Every weekend.
So I feel like it was, yeah, that was a
That
no-brainer.
was so
In
easy.
fact, when people ask about alcohol, I'm just like, oh, I can't even imagine it was part of the challenge.
Someone asked me, so now that the challenge is over, are you back to drinking? And I feel like that's something the challenge. I've always wanted to cut the habit.
Yeah. Oh, we missed that question, actually.
I've always wanted to like stop the drink because I feel like I struggle
Yeah.
with recovery when I drink.
Oh, I thought you were saying I struggle
With alcohol.
With alcohol. I was like, whoa, caffeine, alcohol.
No, so
Damn.
the challenge helped me. So right now I'm sober, and I don't think.
Sorry, that sounds so funny.
I don't think. Honestly, I don't think I'll go back. Maybe once in December.
Yeah.
But I think
I also feel like, yeah, I think even not drinking was more intentional for me before even 75 hard. I didn't think of actually stopping to drink. But that also helped because I can imagine changing your life so drastically and then having to stop drinking. I'd lose my mind, honestly. All right, next question. How did doing 75 hard together impact your relationship?
I think ultimately it brought us closer. Well, we've always been close, but one of the areas that's, I'd say, very near and dear to me in my life is the gym. And I've never gotten the opportunity to go to the gym with Wams. So, yeah, 75 hard helped us break that barrier. And she was comfortable enough to go to the gym with me. And I was gracious enough to not be as what's the word? To be patient with her in the gym, because I feel like for me in the gym I usually I want to do things a certain way and I want to do them fast and finish without complaining. Mams is a whiner. She'll complain about how heavy her weight is and do 12 reps. And you're like, why are you complaining? And you've done 12. And I'd be like,
but I'm going to complain and get it done anyway.
Yeah, but you've done 12 reps and you're saying the weight is heavy. I add you the weight again, you complain. And you still do 10. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that shocked me. See, this is for the men. See the way babes pretend that they can't carry stuff. These babes are strong. Me, that day we went to the gym and you lifted that weight, I was like, oh, wait.
I can't change the dispenser.
But she can't change the dispenser water. She can't. They're lying.
That is so funny.
But yeah, so our relationship really, I'd say it helped us a lot. Yeah, it brought us closer.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I think, as Nigel said, like we've known each other for so many years, but we never ever like went to the gym. I'm sure you even used to wonder if I'd even go to the gym. I remember the first time we went to the gym together, and like I'd do something, and he's like, "Oh, amazing form!" And I'm like, "Yeah, what did you expect? What do you think I go and do in the gym all the time?" So I think that was really nice, like going to the gym together, and also realizing why he stays in the gym for so long, like going to his gym. I was like, wow, everything here is so shiny. So I really and I think also just pushing each other, because there are some days that the way you said, like you would not want to wake up. Me, more times that I wouldn't really want to wake up for the workout, but because you sort of feel that sort of accountability, because I also don't want to affect your schedule, especially those morning cardios. I would rather not go, but like he has to go to work, so I'm like, we have to wake up and go to the gym. So yeah, I think that made us closer. I think it made us, and also we have like we talk about these things like more. Sometimes I remember that day. Was it 2 nights ago? I was like, why are we talking about nutrition? Let's talk about let's talk about fun
Yeah.
things. So I think yeah, it gave our relationship a whole new other facet. We've always like led like a pretty healthy lifestyle, but it was more individual. Like we hadn't like gelled those two parts of our lives together. Although sometimes I wish you were nicer to me in the gym.
Ish.
Yeah, I wish
How?
you was. You, Nigel, you are not that nice. You are
Me, I
good.
wish,
You are
me,
patient. Although I
you know, it
expected
got to a
worse.
point, honestly, I won't lie. It got to a point I was like, I was going to tell you, I'm not going with you to the gym anymore.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because, you know, your complaining was rubbing off on me.
Also,
Like,
even
you'd
you don't want to
complain,
do
even
it.
me, I'm like,
Ama, we don't do
tuishie,
it.
like, let's go.
Eh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. No, but yeah, I feel like there's even a time. Remember that time after the gym, when we got home, I started crying. Do you remember? And I was just like, I just felt like today he was so mean in the gym, like, and I was having I think I was also on my period, and also that's the worst part. I wish you had something like an interrupter in just normal life. Like, I don't think
What do you mean?
I feel like you understand like periods can affect your life, but like during
Oh.
75 I really had to take my periods like a man. Like I
Yeah.
wasn't able to just. That's why this last period I was like, I'm not leaving my bed, even if I'm not feeling bad. I'm not leaving my bed because I had to still keep up with the pace.
Yeah.
And then even before you go on your period, there's like that phase where you have so much lethargy, you don't want to do anything, you're moody, you're craving, and then you're being told you haven't swam 20 laps, you swam 19.
Oh.
I'm like, what do you mean?
That day. I think we almost didn't talk to each other after.
In the pool, because
Because we're in the pool, and that's the one day I decided, you know what, let me
swim
swim
his
with my
watch.
watch.
His watch.
So the watch is the one that was tracking the laps. Usually I used to do 50 laps.
Yeah.
So my watch is telling me I've done 20.
And I started
knew
after you.
You started after me, 3 laps after me.
Yeah.
And when I ask you how many you've done, you tell me you've done 20. And I'm like, there's how? And
meanwhile, I'm swimming in the pool. I'm like, 20. Every pool. And then I reach and I'm like, 20. And he's like, no, you've done 17. And he's so adamant. And Nigel, you're seeing him laughing here, but like at that point, he's literally backing on you. No,
but because I was frustrated. I was tired. I think that was like day 60 or something.
Yeah.
I was tired. I'm like, how come you want to
cheat? Anyway.
So when I got to the other side, finally the watch updated, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So that I feel like working out together has been really fun, and also sometimes when you spend a lot of time together, not that the relationship can't get boring, but you can run out of things to do, especially because we have schedules and time is limited. So like we could meet on like a random Thursday evening and go walk or whatever. So it diversifies like the time you spend together.
Those are my best days. Ati, where are you? I'm just leaving work.
Yeah.
Do you want to go walk? I'm like, yeah. I'll skip this leg day.
Are you want to talk about the day you walked without me?
That day? Okay. So, as
since those were
like
your
I
best
said,
evenings.
like I said, those the last days of 75 hard were really hard. Like they were really frustrating. I feel like I was getting more frustrated and like irritated by small things. So
irritated.
Once called me and that day I was supposed to go and train legs and I was tired and I didn't want to train legs, but I knew I had to do it. So she called me, she's like, oh, do you want to go walk at Jaffrey's? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. An excuse not to train, let's do it. So she told me, well, let's meet there at 6:45. You said 6:45?
No, 6:15.
6:15.
No, anyway, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. So I was like, yeah, okay, fine. Me, I feel like I'm really good with keeping time. So I was there by 6:10. 6:15, I text her, oh, I'm here. I called you.
You called me.
Called you. And you, first of all, she lied.
I didn't
lie. Oh, I'm just leaving. And I could hear like she's seated somewhere.
Because I went to get a Red Bull.
Yeah.
And the line was so long.
So I was just like, okay, fine. So I get on my phone, just scrolling. I check the watch. It's 30 minutes later. I ask her, where are you?
It wasn't 30 minutes.
It was like 30 minutes. She was like,
anyway.
Ati, oh, I'm here. I was like, okay. So
And
I wore
I actually was
no,
there.
listen, I wore my shoes. I wore my shoes, and I'm looking and I can't see your car.
You can't see.
So I got out of the car.
anyway.
Okay, yeah. I got out of the car and called her again. Ati, I'm parking. That's when I was just like, okay.
And I was parking
I'm
though.
done. I just got on the
parking.
track and started
And
walking.
he said,
And I
"You
was
don't.
like,
What did you say? You have no regard
regard
for
for other
people's
people's
time."
time.
I was like, "Oh!" At that time, I'm in the parking. I'm wearing my AirPods. He started walking without me,
At least you can laugh about it
at least,
now.
but that time, the tension. I went to the toilet and I was just like, "Guy," I was actually going to go home. Remember, I told you I'm going to go home. And then 2 days later, we planned to go walking again. Remember? My last day was 75 hard.
But we did.
We did though. I made sure to text him that I'm going to be late.
Yeah.
And he didn't open. So he gets there and I'm not there. And he calls me and he's like, "You're late again without apology." I was like, what is this email? What are you? Please be with a 9 to 5 guy at your own. I was like, without apology. Anyway, yeah. So those are fun times.
I've seen a question here I want to ask. All right. What habits or routines are you planning to keep from 75 hard?
Reading.
Reading.
You?
That's a lie.
You?
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
Maybe I'll be reading, but like
once a week.
No, like 4 times.
No, just be realistic.
No, I'm so serious. 4 times is realistic. 3 or 4
times.
Okay, 3 a week.
Yeah.
A week.
Oh.
I want to finish another book before the year ends. So
let's meet here again.
No, but the habit I want to maintain is I think two training press a day. Yeah. That's for me. It's easy.
It's easy. Yeah.
It's just waking up. The only thing I need to battle is waking up because in the evening I go to the gym anyway. So, but I'd say the morphed version of that is doing something every day.
Yeah.
Not necessarily doing 2 workouts every day, but doing something every day, staying active. So we agreed.
Yeah, but like those days you don't want to leave the house.
You just go for a walk and come back.
That is leaving the house.
Okay, then.
Okay, you can do abs on the carpet.
Any form of activity. But yeah, that's something. And I'm going to diet till December.
Drinking?
Oh yeah, drinking. No, drinking.
No brainer.
Yeah, that one. You see the way we keep forgetting.
Yeah,
about
we keep
drinking.
forgetting, but thank God.
Yeah.
When we finished 75 hard, when we're on those hard days, that's 70 to 75 hard, I felt like I can't wait to not go to the gym for like a week. I can't wait to eat crap and whatever. And
it's never a country to take shots.
Yeah, it's never. But this week, when we finished, I only managed to take 2 rest days. That was Sunday and Monday. And by Tuesday, I was back in the gym. Only because it's so...
I took 0.
You took 0 rest days?
I didn't rest.
You've not rested even one day? You're lying.
Wow.
For real?
Oh.
Kudos. So I feel like kudos on Strava. Yeah, so I feel like it's so intense. Like it's so hard to just go back to how your life was. It sort of just changes your life. Like you do crave the activity. Even if I don't like leaving the house, I feel like it gets to a point I'm just like, no, I need to go to the gym. And then also it's hard to stomach. Like I haven't been able to stomach like sugary drinks or like just like a lot of
Speaking
sugar.
of sugary drinks, Wams is so scared that literally Coke Zero, she can't drink Coke Zero. Coke Zero has 0.5.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
It's 0 calories, 0.5 calories, which is nothing.
There's no way it's
Coke
nothing
Zero,
and it tastes exactly like
Stony
Coke
Zero,
normal.
Stony Zero.
So why do they make the Coke normal then?
Well, this one is a better option. The only I saw debate online about how the 0 sugar, 0 calorie drinks are worse than the normal. But you need a boatload. Like you need to consume like
for it to be
harmful. 20 a day.
It tastes too good to be true.
But me, that's what I'm doing.
In fact, if you go back to cheating, it's going to be conscious cheating in terms of like you pick the healthier option of the cheat meal. Like we'd rather have like a homemade cheat meal than eating out or like Coke Zero, the way you're saying.
And it's even for me, when it comes to like having a cheat meal, I'd rather have a cheat meal that helps me with building my body. So instead of having like instead of having like cake,
just eat the damn burger.
Instead of having like cake, I'll eat like
Nyama choma.
16 pieces of chicken from KFC.
Oh. That's so annoying.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So those are the things we're planning to carry on. So are you planning on taking on any new challenges?
Oh yeah. But I don't have a name for it.
Yeah, I think it's just life. I think it's just life now. Like it's not. It's
you remember when we started 75 hard, we had other people doing their own versions of 75.
Oh yeah, there was so many of those like soft. 75.
And I'm looking at 75 soft, and I'm asking once, isn't this our life? Like, this is normal.
Our life was actually 75 soft.
This is normal.
Not to brag.
At a cheat meal on the weekend. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's normal. Or like a rest day. I think so, yeah. It stops becoming a challenge. It just becomes like innate. Also, I feel like the reason I really like love this challenge is because it's very realistic. It's not giving... It's more realistic. Did you see those people for 1 hour practicing a talent for 1 hour, handstand for 30 minutes.
That's something you learn also as you go along. I'm sure that person by now, they've already changed a lot.
I know.
You don't need
for this, you didn't need to like... It's
well
thought out in that you're able to finish. You're able to finish the things you need to do during the day that need your time in the morning. There'd be times like those days I do tennis. By 11, all I'm doing now during the day is drinking water and dieting, which is super realistic. Yeah, so... And
drinking water was the easiest.
Yeah. No.
Next to the alcohol.
Next to the no alcohol. So the last one in this category... what advice would you give anybody considering the challenge?
Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't go in... I'd say you need sanity during this challenge. So when you're choosing a diet to follow, don't choose a diet that you can carry on even after the challenge. Yeah. And
you'd rather... The reason why... I'd understand why people say like carbs are not the devil, but the reason... I see why people would tell you not to eat carbs is because I'd say low reward.
Yeah.
Because like when you eat more protein, you're fuller and you feel less guilty.
Last questions. I'll ask then you go.
Okay.
Anytime I hear Wams talking about nutrition, I'm so happy and I keep smiling because of how far she's come. And I feel like you've become like a guru in your own right. And
you're telling me this now.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Because it got to a point during the challenge you stopped asking me questions about nutrition. I'm like, hey. And I hear you telling people, and I'm like, oh, nice.
Does this now teach you maybe to let people grow at their own pace?
No.
Nigel and I, when we used to talk like was it 2020?
Yeah.
I'd post like an Insta story saying, oh, today I'm so low energy. And he'd respond and he's like, yeah, because you eat crap. And I'm just like, okay, like what's wrong with this guy? But like, yeah, I think and now I understand it more.
5 years later.
Which is okay still. And I also think it's a blessing and a curse to understand nutrition like that because I enjoyed the oblivion. Although now every time you're eating something, you're always looking at the back. You're always wondering how many calories. Of course, it's better for you that way. But sometimes the oblivion is fun. Like, just give me the damn samosa. I just want to eat it now. Like, I don't want to know how many calories it is. Okay. So to wrap up, do you want to start the question?
I'm trying to pick the... See,
it's you're picking from the first 5.
What's one thing you'll remember most about doing 75 hard together?
Remember most? I'd say I would say going to the gym together.
Mhm.
Yeah, because some days, remember those days I'd be like, I just been in the gym and I'm like, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
This is what I think when we started, like when we're in phase 1 of like being together, our relationship was so destructive. Like we just used to destroy each other in the weekend and then everyone goes back to their healthy life. But it was fun though, and we were younger.
Yeah.
So I feel like now it just feels like all the pieces of the puzzle are coming together, because like I don't need to wait to not be with you to like do my daily routine. Like we could do that together, which I feel like I will always remember this catalyzing, because now it will just become just like life. Yeah, I think that's the most memorable. Just and the different workouts like swimming, walking. Yeah. You?
Cooking.
What?
Yeah, we've never had that.
Cooking.
The whole cooking together, we'd be in the kitchen.
And figuring out what to
figuring
eat
out
without
what to
gaining
eat,
weight.
without cooking, experimenting.
Yeah.
That's, I think that was really memorable for me.
Yeah.
And just spending time together.
We've spent so much time.
But we always thought we spent
a lot of time.
But this time,
I was grateful. I'm grateful for like the year to come to an end, because I feel like there's a big part of 75 hard. I didn't feel like you were my boyfriend.
You didn't?
No, I just felt like there's this guy, and
what?
that's why. Yeah, like we never used to go on dates.
Oh yeah,
we never used
that's
to go
another
on dates.
thing.
We never used to we never had like downtime was so strict. Like come from the gym, eat, because we are so tired, sleep. Like there was nothing like
oh, you're right.
Sitting down, like there's nothing, not even pillow talk, because you're tired as hell. You just black out immediately. Like there was nothing like that. So there's a point I used to feel like, are you new here? Like I never used to feel like we were in a relationship. It just felt like you became like, especially in the middle, like accountability partner. That's what I can say.
Yeah, that's being in a relationship. Also.
No, like you get what I mean though. Yeah. Like it didn't fit. There was like intimacy was just physical. Like there was no like we never used to check on each other emotionally. Although we did that. Yeah, it's only the only time I used to feel like we'd be like maybe like therapy. Yeah. Those are the only times. Yeah, but like we'd like and also because of having therapy, some of these conversations would never be prompted within, how you like sit and be like...
At some point, I got so tired that when you bring something up, something emotional, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah. You were not like, okay. Tired. Were you really like, okay? No, I'd be like... He'd start snoring. I'm trying to express my feelings. Okay, so the last question. Okay, I'm going to ask the first one, the first two connected. Mm-hmm. What is one quality in your partner that made them an amazing teammate, and share a moment that your partner helped you through a difficult part of the challenge?
One quality that made you, I think your level of care.
Hey.
Yeah. Aww. And also grace, where you don't receive the same, you're not quick to... to give out what you get. I feel like you are so gracious in certain instances. Mm-hmm. Like even when it got to a point, I feel like I hit a wall when I was struggling with waking up, just getting through 75 hard. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the good thing is you know me so well, and you know how to get me to do something. Like remember when it came to reading, you'd be like, man, no, you won't finish that book.
Now just summer. Another day has gone.
And you telling me stuff like that would
prompt you to. Yeah, okay.
So I think that's one of the qualities I really...
Did the grace rub off on you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You don't think so?
I think it did.
Yeah. I became more gracious, which is so hard for me because being a firstborn and
from the military.
What's that word? Parentified son. The parentified son. You're so militant in your approach.
Like sometimes I'm
like... I find it hard to... Like, I'm just like, why can't you do it? Just do it. But, yeah, she's taught me a lot. And
what was the second part? We share the moments at the end, like as we close the first part.
You?
So for me, I would say, first of all, Nigel, congratulations on
Huh?
the grace you've
Woo.
learned. Like, Nigel has come from so far. In fact, one of my fears and the things that would get me up every day is that I used to feel like if I don't go to the gym, or if I mess up one of my 75 hard days, that you're going to be like, Aya, to anane, and you'd move on and you'd finish 75 hard and the win would just be yours. But some days I really felt like, oh, you're so wow, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think the quality that for me that stood out the most was support. I would say Nigel was so supportive. Like during 75 hard, I remember the last days when I had choir when I was performing, and he'd like wake up, and he didn't have to go to the gym like in the morning, but like he took me to the gym, or like even in the gym, on the first day we went to the gym, I remember I was so quiet. I was just humble because I thought he was going to start shouting and telling me, get up, and you know, but like he was just like, yeah, let's go. He was spotting me the way, so I did feel very supported, even when I was craving, or even those days I feel like I'm having a bad day, like he'd cancel his workout, we'd go walk and whatever. So I did feel very supported because I feel like I needed the support in terms of discipline more than you did. So I'd say support. Yeah. So lastly, the last thing is to share a moment.
When?
Like your favorite moment, like when you just felt like, wow, this is such a great accountability partner.
When we were walking on your was it your day?
On my day.
On your last day. We were just walking. I think that's
and we
when
were chatting.
and we were just talking.
Yeah.
And we managed to walk without, well, of course, at some point it got cut off, but
yeah,
we were just talking. And I was just like, wow.
What a girl.
Look at us. What a girl.
Look at us.
Good
How many
job.
times did we used to say that during 7?
Yeah.
Like, look at us,
Look
man.
at us. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'd say that was a moment that really touched me.
Yeah, I think my...
Oh, another, sorry.
No, go on.
Another point of support that I forgot to mention that you were so good at was food. I think the food department, you really, wow.
I held it down.
The days I'd be like, nah, I'm not going home today. Let me come to your house because I'm not going to cook. And you'd be there in the kitchen slaving for like an hour and a half, and you'd bring the food and you'd just be like,
yeah.
And you never complained. And
I think it was important because I felt, I used to feel so sorry for you because I felt like I would not do 75 hard when I was like working an 8 to 5. So because I had more time, I feel like I was happy to do it.
Hey,
and maybe because
I just look at you and I'm like, hi. Where are you getting this energy from?
I've been sleeping the whole day anyway.
Hey, me, I'm struggling. Yeah.
So I'd say to finish my moment, my favorite moment, I think I'll just go back to the gym. My favorite gym time or Nini was when we went for Walkertown. I think we've always that day we went for Walkertown. Like so we went to the gym that same day. I think because we've always had a lot of harmony in like our relationship. Like even back in the days, tell you, oh, there's a lot of harmony. Like when we plan a trip, there's no logistically we always agree. So I felt like that day, like the way we usually have like the weekend planned out and the harmony, I think for me just used to warm my heart. I'm just like, wow, everything's just agreeable and we agree and no one is compromising as much.
The best part about that day was when I looked at you and you looked at me and I was like, we go. Yeah, let's go.
At Walkertown, we were like, let's go home. And we left and we left everyone there. Yeah. So guys, that is the end of this pretty chatty video. So we'd advise anyone who wants to take on the challenge to do it. You really don't need an accountability partner, but it would help to have one. Yep. And thank you, I guess, for watching. And see you whenever we do 75 hard again.
And please, if you don't DM me and ask me for... You can literally get all this information in the internet.
Yeah, you
Dieting
can.
And everything.
Everything is available on the internet.
Because me, I charge money.
Yeah, it does. Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye.